Hi, welcome to this video. My name is Alessia and today I'm going to be talking about ways that you can tap into your divine feminine, your feminine energy. These are going to be very simple steps to kind of implement it into your daily life. So there's going to be no like drastic thing that you're going to have to dedicate a whole day to. These are just like little things that you can do. It's more about starting new habits as opposed to completely changing your mindset in your life, because I want this to be sustainable for you. I want you to be able to access that feminine energy so you can reach your full potential. My cat is currently purring. That is not my belly, just an FYI. We live in a man's world, so obviously a lot of us do live in the masculine energy more than the feminine. I've done a video about, what is the divine feminine and the divine masculine, so go and watch that if you have no idea. But yeah, we live in a man's world. Patriarchy and capitalism makes it so hard for us women to appreciate our feminine energy, because in order to be like deemed successful, you need to be independent, confident, wealthy, work-driven, and in possession of all the latest material goods. The latest MacBook, the latest car. All of these aspects are, as far as I'm aware, things that the divine masculine seek to have. The divine feminine is much more about feeling. It's not about what's going on outside so much, but inside. As you're here with me today, you've probably clicked on my video because you've seen that I'm going to be talking about tapping into that feminine energy. You probably already know all this stuff. You know that anyone, a man, a woman, a non-binary person, can all possess feminine and masculine energy. This is not a gender thing.
Anyway.
Slinky! Ways to tap into that divine feminine energy. My first tip is to dedicate some time in your day to be physically present. I'd say at least half an hour, but I know that we can be really busy, or we think we are really busy, but really we just don't want to prioritise what's important. But anyway, at least half an hour, ideally. But if you want to do only 20 minutes, I'll let you off. No, I'm joking, just do however much feels right for you. There are so many ways that you can feel at one in your body. Here are some examples. Meditation. Dancing.
This looks very strange watching it back, but it's meant to be yoga.
Deep breathing. Stretching. So yeah, basically, exercise is great, but from what I've read, slower, more thoughtful movements with your body is better. And I was thinking this makes sense really. If you are exhausted now of breath and you're panting and you're knackered, which is me after every workout pretty much, yeah, you're not really going to be in awe of your body. I mean, if you are, congratulations, but I'm usually just dying for some water and want to lie down. So yeah, it's really hard to appreciate your body in all its glory when you're doing high intensity exercise. So if you want to add in a bit of meditation after your skipping workout or whatever workouts you do, you'll go from feeling, very good in your body, very pumped, to feeling a deep connection. You can really listen to the rhythms of your body in meditation. Everything becomes so clear. In my opinion, feeling physically present, having a strong connection with your body, it's incredible. You don't need anyone else to help you out. You can do this for yourself every day if you want to, and this is super freeing. Tip number 2. So as I mentioned earlier, we do live in a man's world, and all of us have learned to kind of adapt to this reality. We're all constantly working. Hustle culture. It is also known as burnout culture or toxic productivity. It is the notion that people are working ridiculous hours, as many as they possibly can, with the expectation of rewards. So this hustle culture has emerged supposedly due to an imbalance of energies. The masculine energy has taken over. The masculine energy within us, kind of wants to focus on achieving goals and kind of productivity. On money. Sorry, my cat keeps making noises, he's snoring. I might have to stroke him to stop him from snoring. Baby! I'll cuddle you after I filmed. So yeah, there's a real focus on productivity and money when it comes to the divine masculine. Hence, so many of us have lost touch with what we were born to do. The thing that makes getting out of bed early in the morning super easy. So what I'm basically trying to do is tell you to reconnect with your deepest passions. The ones you pushed aside because, I've got to earn money, I've got to impress my parents, I've got to have a better job than this gal who annoyed me in year 7 and said I couldn't do anything.
No.
Ignore all of that. I want you to set aside rewards and material outcomes for a moment. It's really hard to realise how important embracing your creative side is until you do it. Then you're left with a big fat smile on your face and a spring in your step. And it clicks and you realised why it's important. So at least once a week, get creative. I don't want to hear that I don't have time excuse. You watch Friends. You have time to watch Friends, don't you? I know you. You're a lot like me. So don't tell me you don't have the time. Instead of mindlessly staring at a screen during your lunch break, go and start a little passion project. Only positive vibes here, people. I'm not judging you. I need to take this advice as well, just so you know I'm not. Third tip, make the most of Mother Nature. Explore her beauty. When I'm alone in a beautiful woodland and pockets of sunlight are poking through, I feel an immense burst of energy surge through my body. There are moments when everything else is just like white noise. So all of those self-help books tell you to go out into nature for a reason. They're not just copying each other, it's because it's so good for you. Feeling present in your body, turning down the volume on all of those worries, seeing your emotions as separate to you. These are all things going out and observing nature and being in nature can help you achieve. And the divine feminine is all about being in connection with nature. Connecting with nature will also help you with tip 2, about trying to embrace your creative side, because what is more creative than Mother Nature? Mother Nature is the best creation. Have you seen snowflakes? Like, they're not man-made, it's crazy. It's just something that falls from the sky and they're all unique. Yeah, I always feel super inspired after I've gone for a long walk in the countryside. Second to last tip. Nurturing, love, compassion, empathy. These are all associated with the divine feminine. These traits are crucial. So my fourth tip is to put these traits into action. We all have it in us to be caring and to want to look after one another. Some people have it a bit deeper down than others, but we all have it in us. I do believe that. Yeah, there's no good or bad people. I think deep down we all just are human and we all want connection and love. I think we do all have it within us to be caring and loving and nurturing. Of course, some more than others, but I do think we all have that ability. An easy way to really put your compassionate self into action, to activate her, is by setting yourself a goal. Maybe 7 acts of love a week, 1 for each day, or you can do a little bit less if you're a busy bee. But these are so quick and easy to do. I will give you some examples in a second. Helping others is selfish. I believe that, I've always believed that, because it makes you feel good inside. Just like Phoebe said from Friends, there is no selfless good deed. Was that Phoebe? That was Joey, wasn't it? And Phoebe was trying to argue that it wasn't the case, but yeah, there is no selfless good deed. Comment down below if you can think of any. I have found wanting to help others and listen to others very grounding, and actually gives me a massive sense of purpose, hence why I'm doing this YouTube channel. I do believe we are all here on planet Earth together for a reason. Not to fight over money or land or religion, but to live harmoniously with one another, with Mother Nature, with animals. God, my feminine energy is shining through right now. I'm going to list out some ways that you can practice empathy, love and compassion. Compliment a female friend on something other than her external appearance. You can do this with anyone. I only say female because there's so much emphasis on how a woman looks. If someone is complimenting me, it's usually on my appearance as opposed to parts of my personality, and I think that means so much more to me than, you know, oh, you've got nice hair. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of women are the same. Another thing you can do is just message a friend out of the blue, one that you haven't spoken to in a while, and ask how they're doing. And people usually do say like, oh, I'm good, how are you? Dig deeper and be, are you sure you're okay? Like, what are you up to? How is your relationship with your mum, if you know that they struggle with their mum or something? And maybe open up about your struggles in order to help them open up too. Another thing you can do is smile at people, at strangers when you're popping into town, especially woman to woman. Sometimes when like a random guy smiles at you on the street, you're a bit like, it actually might freak you out. So maybe this is advice for guys. If there's a guy watching it, I wouldn't suggest that. But if you're a woman and you're walking down the street, instead of looking at her and glancing over to see what she's wearing and then looking away, just smile at her. That kind of stomps on the idea that, you know, women are competition. We should all be fighting one another for male attention. Smile. My last suggestion is, say your, I don't know, sister or brother or friend has, you know, been stuck inside for a long time. You can tell they're in a bad mood. Suggest to do something that they really enjoy, like watch their favourite TV show or go to their favourite coffee shop. Final tip, forgive so you can forget. This is something I need to listen to. As I was just talking about, the divine feminine is all about compassion. Harbouring resentment towards a person or a certain situation does not allow space for love and compassion. I found this quote, it's really good. If you can't really tell, I'm a bit obsessed with quotes. I find words so powerful, and sometimes I could just read a quote and it can transform my day, so hopefully this will do that for you. Forgiveness is a spiritual experience that heals betrayal. It is very powerful and sits at the core of feminine power. I get that forgiving someone can be super difficult, especially if you've been really, really hurt. Trust me, I get it. It's actually something that I'm I'm in the process of doing now. I've been in the process of doing it for a while, and it's really, really hard. You can't just snap your fingers and forgive someone, but you can choose to work towards that. You can say, look, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to forgive. Let's go. If you're in that place, I can help you. My advice, journal. Write down why. Why do you think that person may have acted in that way that hurt you? Don't focus as much on what they did, but why. What traumas have they faced? What are their weaknesses? If you try to be as understanding as possible, you'll find it much easier to forgive. This is because you won't simply just see someone that's hurt you. Rather, you'll see a hurt person. And as the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. So get journaling. Whenever you feel overwhelmed and you get a surge of anger and sadness, maybe you see them somewhere or they do something that upsets you, or they re-emerge in your life and make you even more sad and angry, that's the time to start writing. You will not be able to focus on the here and now until you change the sadness into understanding. Always look at the bigger picture. I hope you enjoyed this. I did a bit of research into this and there were a few things that kept coming up, but I didn't really want to repeat a lot of the information that was already out there. I wanted to add something new, so I'm trying to change it up a bit. I hope it kind of still falls into what you want. Have a lovely day and don't make any excuses. Go and do the things that will make you feel better.